Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be learning how to make the Pray to God lead from Calvin Harris's song Pray to God. I forgot who the collaborating artist is. We're going to be using Serum for this tutorial, but you guys can imitate this using Silent One and Spire as well. So just follow us along and you should be able to do it just fine because we are not going to be using anything exclusive to Serum to make this sound. Before we get started, you guys know there is a new camera angle. The reason for that is because we are going to be doing some live streams soon on Twitch. And I'm thinking of doing certain things. So I'm still trying to develop a program about what I'm going to do on there, mostly making music, of course. So I wanted an angle where you guys can see my launch pad and my piano, because a lot of the times now I got into this writer's kind of block, so I needed like a new work environment. So I started using my Mac. It kind of helped, but you know what really helped was that I do the songs on the piano. So I finish my songs on the piano, like the melody, the chords, any harmonic thing, and then I produce it into an EDM song. And you guys probably heard some of the songs already. Today we are going to be pretty much making the lead using Serum again. So let's get to it. Now for this one, it's going to be very simple. We are going to be using SAW wavetables. So if you're on SAW or Spire, Silent One or Spire, just make sure you have two SAW oscillator. So in instance, if you're on Silent One, part A will be oscillator A 1 and 2. You have one here, one, and then you have the other one. Make sure those are SAWs. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put one of them an octave up. So this is gonna be another layer for it, which is gonna be playing a higher pitched sound. Putting something an octave up just means instead of, if I play the G here, this one's normal octave, like you have not increased the octave on it. This one is going to play at this G, while this one is playing up here. So that's pretty much what it does. Nothing crazy with it. Okay, so right now we have two saws sound like this. Okay, so if you guys know, this is the pitch we want it at. So the sound is going to be really high pitched. So hopefully your ears don't blow out. So I'm lowering the volumes because higher pitched sounds do have higher perceived loudness. What higher perceived loudness means is pretty much the amount of loudness you hear, not what the computer is saying is this loud. Okay, so we're going to go straight into FX and put some reverb, 100% mix. And we're going to turn that on. And now it's going to sound like this. So it's starting to get there, so we just need to change the sounds up a bit more. Now, a guy was making, I don't know if he was trying to make fun of me or he was just being funny in general, but I said something new is coming on my Facebook. What that means is a new Serum sound bank I'm working on will be coming out soon, hopefully in the next month or so. But he said that the new synth was going to have all saws, so there was not going to be any squares or nothing. And I think he was trying to poke fun at the fact that a lot of the sounds I remake are saws. And I do make my sound banks a lot of SAW sounds in them. Now, there's a reason the SAW is heavily used in EDM, and especially in the top hits that you guys love. And the reason the SAW is so overused is because, one, it's very simplistic and it's rich in harmony. It's one of the best sounding wavetables out there. And it's so rich in harmony, like I stated, and you can do so much post-processing to a SAW. You can make a SAW sound really hard, dirty, or you can make it sound really beautiful like we're going to do today. So SAWs, there's nothing wrong with using SAWs, and if you like them, great. I feel like a sound designer's, skills really show when you can post-process just a normal SAW and make it sound into something much more than that. Okay, so enough of that. We're going to put the unison on one of them of 5 and hopefully the other one at 5 or 6. We'll just do that. And what we want to do is we want to detune them in order to get that kind of sawish sound, which is not going to be coherent here because we do have a filter pretty much routing it. And I'm going to explain how the filter works in creating the sound right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of detunement, and we want to kind of just not detune it that much, but still give it that hint of flavor. Let's see how that sounds like. Okay, so it's starting to sound like it. Now, let's talk about the reverb technique here, okay? So I've made tutorials before on how to make strings in Serum for hip hop and, just in general. And the reason this works is because when you have something fully wet, it pretty much means the whole audio is getting routed into the reverb, and the reverb the whole audio is coming out of the reverb. So in instance, if our reverb's parameters are really going to affect the sound, the size is going to decide how big the strings, because this sounds like a string, is in. So the lower the size, the more dry, the more less reverby it's going to sound like. As you guys can see. Now, the technique of using a reverb like this, it helps make really atmospheric sounds. You will not get any hard-hitting sounds out of this, because the reverbs really prevent, you know, any powerfulness from coming out, because again, you're drowning it in reverb. So what we're gonna do here is just find a really nice parameters for our reverb in order to get the sound we want. And pretty much that is the sound, but now we have to kind of make it sound really good. So the way we do that is maybe a little bit of size, but not too much. A little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now what we can do is mess with the dampness, which is going to affect the frequency the reverb's really prominent in. So let's try that. All right, cool. And then the pre-delay will not really do much. It's going to act as an attack. And then our width parameter here is just going to act as a stereo, you know, as a stereo processor in a way. It's going to make your sound either be wide or centered if you have it all the way down. Okay, so let's keep working with this. Let's try 8, and then we'll do 8 here, and maybe less detunement. Let's add some mono legato to it so it slides. Okay. All right, cool. Now what we're gonna do is process this. So what we want to add, maybe some chorus will help. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of this. Usually I like to put the mix up on the chorus to see what effect it's getting, and then I lower the mix on it. It helps in really giving you some clear sense of what the hell's going on. We're gonna lower a little bit of the highs because we don't want it to mess people's ears up. So pretty much that's what we do here. We're gonna lower a little bit of those. All right, cool. And then we can add sort of some release in envelope 1, which is routed to our amp envelope, where the sound comes out of. We're gonna put a little bit of release, a little bit of attack, and a little bit more. And there we have it. So let's say we know how to make this sound. So how will we make it unique, guys? Because, you know, knowing how to make a sound is amazing. And I love this part because, one, now you know how to make those certain type of sounds. Then it's now up to you guys to make it unique. So ways you can make it unique is you can change the wavetables. Now let me save this before I do that, because I don't want. Just putting the stamp, and we're gonna save it. Here's Progressive House for Serum. These are all the presets I have for the new bank coming out soon. Okay, so we're gonna call this Pray to Me. Okay, so ways you could do this unique, again, you can change wavetables, obviously. And then what you can start doing is either, you know, just going crazy with it. Now, let me see. Like maybe instead of playing it high pitch, you can play lower pitch or mid pitch and so forth. But wavetables are really going to help. And then you guys can LFO wavetables in order to get more kind of a real feeling of stringish type of stuff. All right, guys, so hopefully this tutorial was helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a like, a comment if you want to. You don't have to. You can subscribe to this channel where you learn about sound design, and I also make videos relating to production and building a career as a producer in the EDM world. As always, guys, keep learning. I appreciate all your support. Never thought I would have 13,000 subscribers, or it says I do, but I really don't. I'm almost there. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Da-na-na-na-na.